Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome, lean friends, to this reading or this lecture about Crocs' journey dealing with volatility and accelerating growth. My name is Rob van Gorkom. I'm working for the Lean Management Institute in the Netherlands, and today I'm joined by Dennis Boer. Dennis Boer is director, or he will introduce you himself a little further, but he is at the moment responsible for all distribution and logistics for Crocs in Europe, Latin America, and Asia Pacific. I've met Dennis some 7 years ago and had the privilege to watch him dealing with many struggles regarding the logistical operation of Crocs. So I guess this is the right time to give the word towards Dennis and ask him to share his experiences over the last maybe even 10 years in Europe and outside. Dennis, could you please take us through your amazing journey?
Thank you, Rob. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are on the globe. So my name is Dennis Boer, and I'm the VP of Distribution and Logistics Operations for the EMEA, LATAM, and Asia Pacific region for Crocs. I'm overseeing more than 14 locations in 9 different countries. And today I will share with you how I dealt with and stayed ahead of the volatile growth accelerations of Crocs in Europe by using different lean techniques. By doing that, I used 4 lenses of focus. First, adding value. Second, look forward and think big. Third, always have a plan B. And fourth, be the employer of choice. While constructing a new distribution center in the Netherlands, my plans were paused because of COVID-19, while the Crocs growth during that COVID period further accelerated. In this presentation, I will share with you how I successfully dealt with that. First, I will show you an introduction film about Crocs.
What is your opinion on Crocs?
I love them.
Amazing, beautiful.
I love them.
I love them. The Crocs community.
Crocs are ultimate slay. Ultimate
slay.
Forget those high heels and get ready to rock your Crocs.
Holy crockamole.
Ah, shit, I dropped my keys. Damn. These are fire.
This is the energy we need. They're quirky, they're cute, but what's the reason?
Constant innovation, new styles, new colors, new prints, new collaborations at an incredible rate.
Victoria Beckham, seen modeling the brand's big yellow boots.
These shoes, they are so good.
I like your Jibbit. I got a shark.
Crocs, they're releasing cowboy boots.
You see that action? You can't do none of that action in a regular cowboy boot.
They look amazing. Capital H high fashion.
Breaking news flash. Simone Rocha has collaborated with Crocs.
Honey, I am overflowing with Crocs.
Crocs, cute.
Yes, es increíble.
Amazing.
I know, I love it.
Crocs, the best shoes in the world. Never go slow, hard like a rhino.
Oh, it's about to get good.
In 2019, I gained approval to build a new distribution center. Year over year, the capacity constraints in our distribution center in Rotterdam grew. You can see it in the graphs. As of 2017 to 2019, we saw growth and growing issues. And the distribution center in Rotterdam could not expand. And we received a new business plan called 2B23 with even more growth the coming years. 2B23 was the vision to grow the company to $2 billion of revenue in 2023. I took different countermeasures. I claimed approval to build a new distribution center in Dordrecht, the Netherlands, 3 times bigger than the Rotterdam DC. And approval to invest in automation to anticipate the growing constraint on the Dutch labor market. The planned startup was July 2021, and the distribution center had an expansion option to expand with 25%. Since the 2B23 business plan, the growth accelerated further. The latest business plan is 5B26, and on top of that, a new brand is acquired, Hey Dude. 5B26 means a vision of hitting $5 billion of revenue in 2026. In the graph at the right side, you can see the blue bar, our original 2B23 plan. And then the updated business plan, and then the red line represents the current trend that we are heading to. In 2023, we expect Crocs Inc. global revenue to grow to $4 billion, 2 times the original 2B23 plan. A well-functioning and servicing distribution center is a crucial enabler of Crocs' growth ambition. Staying ahead of the growth without service disruption is crucial. Today, I will share with you how I dealt with the accelerated growth using different lead techniques through 4 lenses of focus. First, focus on adding value. Improve the cycle time of your process by focusing on the activity that adds value to your customer, and in that way unlock the capacity that you need. Second, look forward and think big. Be futuristic. Define the capacity limits of your current process and model the future so you know when you get in constraints. And then define wilder scenarios to stress your solution. And in that way, you anticipate when the growth comes to solve the constraint. Third, always have a plan B. Always be prepared for the worst case. Be prepared when your plans are paused or disrupted. Always have a backup scenario. And fourth, be the employer of choice. Think about what talent you need at what stage of your journey. How do you attract and retain the talent that you need? And how do you train your people to go along with you on your journey? In 2019, our single pair pick area was a manual process. Every order picker had a pick card and walked through the aisles to pick the ordered SKUs. The process is paperless and wireless. The single pair pick area is like a supermarket, and every stock-keeping unit has its own location on the shelf. Based on the sales forecast is decided what SKU gets what spot. And to minimize walking distances, maximizing the servicing, the fast-moving items are located on the best spots. In the second quarter of 2019, we anticipated fast growth of our webshop and e-tail orders, and we really struggled to deliver the orders on time. We had a big backlog in pick, pack, ship. 25% of our orders didn't meet the promise to our customer. And with the new 2B23 plan ahead, with significant year-over-year growth coming, we knew that we needed to change the process to continue to service our customers. So we decided to do a Kaizen event and improve the capacity unlock. We used an Ishikawa diagram, focusing on man, machine, material, method, grouping root causes, and we defined a target statement. So the current cycle time was 90 seconds per pick, and to be successful, we needed to reduce that to 43 seconds per pick. We did a time study of the order picker. On what activities does the order picker spend its time? We found out that only 10% of the time is spent on the activity that adds value for the customer. The order picker spends 10% of its time preparing the pick cart, then 60% of the time on walking, only 10% of time on picking, and 20% of time on packing the cartons before they were brought to the outbound department for shipping. So we focused on countermeasures to free up the order picker for picking, and in that way create 90% capacity unlock by removing the non-value adding activities. In this graph, you can see our order profile from 2019 until 2026. At the left side, you can see 2019, where we had our throughput constraints. The green bar represents the capacity in the process, what we had back then. And then our first set of countermeasures were focused on capacity unlock in preparing and packing by removing those activities from the picker to different teammates in the team. And in that way, we raised the capacity bar to a higher level. And in the graph, you can see, if you look towards the right, that in 2021 and 2022, we were able to service the customers with this countermeasure. At the same time, we worked on investment in automation, and that's our second countermeasure. So a 60% capacity unlock by removing the walking and investing in automation. In the graph, you see 3 steps. So we went live in 3 steps per commercial sub-channel. First e-com, then retail, and then the wholesale brick-and-mortar omni-channel brand stores. We did that while we still had our manual pick area fully up and running as a backup scenario in case something went wrong with automation. And if you look to the right in the graph, you can see that we can further expand if possible. Within the current footprint of automation, we have room to further expand to deal with future growth. We invested in a Van der Lande fast pick adapto system, and we achieved a picking 10 times more productive compared to the original manual situation, and a better utilization of the space in comparison to the manual area 4 times. And now that the automation is stable, we were able to remove the manual area and gained a 50 increase of storage capacity in the building by removing the manual area and constructing of pallet racks. And that allowed us to close our distribution center in Rotterdam. During the project, COVID-19 hit it. It was March 12, 2020, when I was in the Crocs distribution center in Dayton, the United States, when the COVID-19 lockdown was announced. I was called during the night to leave the country as soon as possible, and I flew out in the afternoon. This lockdown had big consequences for our project. The Crocs senior leadership decided to do a full project stop. I was able to show in a couple of weeks that the business case of the building on its own was so good that even with some decrease in business, it still was the best decision to leave our Rotterdam situation, what was really constrained. But automation was paused. So we quickly changed our design and put in a manual pack area just like we had in Rotterdam, while we kept space open to build up automation later.
So if I understand, Dennis, basically what you sketch us is you had it all covered for the coming years, and then suddenly COVID hit, and basically senior management told you, stop. You're not allowed to automate, but...
I was not allowed to build a new distribution center. I was not allowed to automate.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, that was really a problem.
However, COVID, not a problem, isn't it? I mean, your your customer demand was dropping drastically?
Well, that didn't happen. The growth accelerated while our project was paused. So that was a big issue.
Okay.
And that on two areas. So issue first, our Rotterdam DC was already constrained, and the constraint even grew further. And then second, our Dordrecht distribution center, while being under construction back then, with that accelerated growth, we received an updated 5 years view. And we saw that it would already be too small while being constructed.
Can you make a picture for our audience a little bit? You expected a decline in demand based on COVID. What actually happened? I know you can't share numbers, but can you give us a clue?
What happened was growth acceleration instead of growth decline.
Okay.
Yeah, and
as I understand, big time.
Big time. Yeah, if you compare, so we based all our designs on the 2B23 plan.
Yes.
That had an 0.6x growth acceleration. And currently we are trending on more than 5x.
Okay.
So it was big growth acceleration. And back then we were working on our countermeasures, but we didn't have them in place yet.
Yeah.
So we really needed to think of how can I solve the current situation in Rotterdam? How can I solve the building under construction? And how can I go faster? How can I go live faster? So we focused on 4 Plan B countermeasures. So first, we rented a separate building and we moved out the retail channel, what was easy to separate that one from the Rotterdam, and brought that to the separate building, while the Dordrecht building was not ready yet.
Yeah.
Second, our Dordrecht new distribution center had an expansion option to build it out further with 25%. So we gained approval to immediately do that.
Okay, so no automation, but at least you got some additional square meters in your new facility.
Yeah, and then in that new facility, we decided to enlarge the plant manual area because we saw that with the design that we had in Rotterdam, that would not be sufficient to meet the demand.
Okay.
So we made a bigger area.
Right.
And then the fourth countermeasure was minimizing of go live time in Dordrecht. So the original plan was to go live July 1st, 2021.
Yes.
And we decreased that to go live March 19th, 2021. So from 103 days to 16 days.
How did you manage to do that?
That's what I want to share with you in my
Great.
next slide. But first I want to show you the building of the new distribution center in Dordrecht. So the video stops where I received the key of the new distribution center March 19th, 2021. And we went live in only 16 days. So we shipped our first orders to the retail stores April 5th, 2021, what you can see at the right picture. And back then we had COVID-19 health and safety rules in place. So how did we do that? In the separate rented building, we made a training dojo of the future state, and we prepared our go live there by training the complete staff. And our team leads were responsible of preparing the 5S on the shop floor in a new distribution center. So they prepared that in the separate rented facility, and then they brought it live in new facility per area of responsibility. Then we brought live the upgraded warehouse management system in the separate rented building instead of in the new building. And with that, we could go faster. And we already moved the retail channel. What was easy to isolate and separate for Rotterdam, that was a solving of constraint in Rotterdam. It was creating extra capacity in the separate rented building, and it was preparing for a faster go live in the Dordrecht facility at the same time. And then, we trained our core team multifunctionally to be productive in every area in the facility and to enable them to train and guide new employees. But then we hit a new constraint. So we went live with the manual pick-pack area, and the growth accelerated further while we were constructing automation. Our issue was we needed a lot of extra temporary pickers to cover for the growth, but those pickers are on the required standards only after 10 days, and on average they are 19 days with us before they move on.
Okay, so basically it takes you 10 days to get them there, or at least to have them up in productivity, and then after 9 days they are leaving the building.
They are bye-bye, and then we can start over again.
Okay.
So we really needed to improve that. And on the next slide, I will show you what we did. So we made an A3 focused on effective onboarding process, and we were able to speed up and get them up to speed from 10 days to 4 days. So how did we do that? By introducing standard training focused on creating rhythm and routine, kata. We made a training dojo for finding locations, for picking in the standard way of working, and how to deal with errors and manco picks on the scan gun. So in our root cause finding, we found out that people, when they started, really struggled with their equipment, with getting rhythm and routine. So we really focused on that, getting them trained in the training dojo, and in that way, we get them up to speed faster. So the training dojo was an exact copy of reality with real test product and cartons. It was in a separate area and in the test system of our warehouse management system.
Cool. What training can do. Huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and then I want to hit on being the employer of choice. So by managing your employer value proposition, you win the talent for your company. And with the construction of the new distribution center, I really used the momentum to create the best possible working environment for the DC team of the future. Why did I do that? To retain our talent, but as well to attract the right higher skilled talent that we need to run an automated facility. And how did I do that? By constructing a state-of-the-art fully electric distribution center with BREEAM Very Good Sustainability certification. By creating a team vibe with Crocs team outfit, like I'm wearing today. By giving the DC a Crocs location brand look and feel. By creating a canteen large enough for celebrations with a complete team. By contracting an Albert Heijn grab-and-go mini supermarket in the canteen. And by offering green and black belt training for our team leads and managers in preparation of the move. And by continuing our lean management system, managing safety, quality, and delivery and cost with our complete team. Now I will show you a video about our employer value proposition.
Hey you! Would you like to join Crocs, a fast-growing global brand? We invite you to become part of our Come As You Are culture, where we celebrate all one-of-a-kinds. Our brand new 40,000 square meter distribution center in Dordrecht has multiple job openings. You will work with the latest technology in our partially automated DC with a huge canteen, fresh coffee, and even a well-known grab-and-go supermarket. Our diverse international work environment fosters collaboration and personal growth. You will get a competitive salary, allowances where applicable, 25 days annual leave per year based on 40 hours work week, a bonus if applicable, a discount on your gym subscription, and a 50% discount on our Crocs website. We would love to meet you and welcome you as our new colleague and teammate. So, what are you waiting for?
Nice.
To conclude, by practicing multiple lean techniques like operational management system, lean training for the team, Kaizen, standard work, training dojo, kata, 5S, A3, Ishikawa diagram, and 4M through 4 lenses of focus. First, activity that adds value. Second, forward-looking and thinking big. Third, always have a plan B. And fourth, manage your employer value proposition. It's all about the right talent. With my team, I successfully managed the Crocs Europe Volatile Growth Accelerations from 2019 until today. There ain't no mountain high enough. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Thank you for this broad sharing of experience. And well, I had the privilege to be sometimes part of this journey. As I remember, you showed us also the training dojo, and what I do think was really, really amazing. The necessity that you encountered in really speeding up the transfer from the old warehouse towards the new one, from over 100 days to within 16 days. And as I also remember, it was even unparalleled within Crocs to have next to problemless and no problems at all in changing over from the one place to the other. Really, really impressive. And I do think what we can learn from you, it's all about preparation. It's about standards, standardization, not created by consultants, but by the people on the shop floor, and by training. Although I guess we need to share the first days that we made the transfer, that it was next to that everyone was basically, it was just like everyone forgot what we trained in the training dojo and on the test site. However, we also encountered that within 1 week, everyone was up to speed. I do have a question over here. There is a question from, why was the turnover for temporary workers 19 days when Croc is focusing on being employer of choice? That's a complicated question.
That's a good question. So yeah, I showed a couple of techniques that we did, but yeah, on the employer of choice side, yeah, we did a lot. And yeah, currently our turnover of 19 days, that's not 19 days anymore. Currently, yeah, people are with us way longer, fortunately. But back then, yeah, we had a lot of issues to solve, and we needed to solve a lot on the compensation side as well. So I kept that out of this presentation, but that was really a driver as well on yeah, of this high turnover. So we decided to first focus on what we can influence now, and that was, yeah, bringing them up to speed faster while working on yeah, on the total compensation package. Yeah.
Dennis, thank you very much. I'm not sure whether we can pick up one more question. There's another question about what are your thoughts, Dennis, about practicing lean in office, and then especially from a Crocs point of view?
A great question. Yeah, absolutely. You can practice lean thinking in an office space as well. And if you go to the lean principles, it's all about mapping your process, looking to your activity that adds value to your customer, identifying the waste, and then find ways to reduce the waste in your process. So you can absolutely do that in an administrative process in an office environment as well.
Dennis, our time is up. Thank you very, very much for sharing, and we hope to see you soon again. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.